I spent over 200 euros in Whoop. Let's discuss why on earth would I do something like that, how to use it correctly, and whether or not I believe it was worth it. Now, my research has made me realize that there are certain types of people that are generally more likely to be the ones purchasing a Whoop subscription. First category is people that are into longevity. Second category is athletes. Now, I did not fit into any of these two categories simply because I'm not that into longevity and I'm not an athlete. I'm just a person working my 9 to 5 job, occasionally working out at the gym, and therefore the reason for me to be buying a Whoop subscription is because I have been living with stress and anxiety for quite some time. But I have decided that 2026 is going to be the year that I actually do something about this. And in order for me to actually do something about this, I needed data. Data regarding my heart rate variability, my skin temperature, how I sleep, etc., etc. And what better way to get this data instead of a wearable? Now, a big selling point for choosing Whoop was actually the fact that it's a non-screen wearable. I simply didn't want another screen in front of my face 24/7. I do know that for some people this is actually a disadvantage, but for me, as I said, big selling point. A lot of people are using wearables in the wrong way, and there's only one way to use them correctly, and that is with cautious. You should use your wearable only in a way to validate and get insights about how you feel, and not to define how you feel. Let me give you an example. I would wake up in the morning and instead of just reaching out, grabbing my iPhone and looking at the metrics and the data, I would simply take a minute, assess how I feel, how I slept, what's happening to me. After that is clear, I would then and only then look at the data to contradict, agree, and get more insights. Now, doing it the other way around, it completely strips you of your ability to be in sync with your emotions, which is a skill that should be practiced on a day to day basis. So, using it the right way, rest assured it would lead you to the correct conclusion of whether or not it's worth it. And in my case, 100% yes, for two main reasons. Reason number one, for the first time in my life, I was actually able to validate, not define, but validate my anxiety. Now, as I said before, I have been living like this for quite some time, and I am the kind of person that would simply look the other way. I would say to myself that this is all happening in my head, that I'm just going crazy, and it's just because I'm overly sensitive and overly emotional. Now, having the data in front of my face 24/7, I simply couldn't look the other way anymore. Reason number two, I was able to visualize my anxiety, meaning that I was able to see it going up and coming down. Now, for someone living with anxiety and chronic stress, this is extremely important because when the anxiety hits, you tend to feel that this is happening to you and you're stuck in that feeling pretty much forever. Logic goes out the window, and therefore, being able to visualize that in the past, you yourself have managed to turn it around and your system has managed to calm down, it helps your brain to actually make that shift and actually believe it. I would say that using a wearable has completely shifted my way of dealing with my anxiety and my stress. Now, I'm not saying that I have solved all of my problems. God, no, but I believe I'm on the right track. If what I'm saying resonates with you or not, let me know in the comments below. And take care.